on both cameras here in just a sec. And
That's okay.
there we go. All right. What an amazing day.
It's been an historic day all day.
It has been. It has been, as has the market. We've seen a lot of information coming out from just different agents and from our own experience that currently right now, even though that we're in the pandemic, that buyers and sellers are still out there in full force.
They really are. And there's a tremendous amount of cash buyers in the market right now. There are really great mortgage rates.
Absolutely.
And the spring market, the inventory is, I feel like the inventory is starting to come back now.
It is low, but I would agree that it is starting to come back, and it is the perfect storm for what we would say for both buyers and sellers. Typically, you fall into a market that can be very weighted for either buyer or for seller, and so it doesn't feel like it's a win-win. Whereas right now, that both parties in the transaction are really coming out ahead.
Yeah, I agree. The housing prices have certainly gone up, continued to go up. The lack of that kind of that starter home price point. I used to think it was, under 200, and now it's, just barely under 300.
Even higher in some places.
Oh yeah.
It's interesting. I was visiting with a client just the other night, and they were asking about selling a condo and trying to figure out where they wanted to head. And as we kind of discussed some of the areas, it became interesting to realize that those price points weren't where he thought they were. So it's interesting. They're still out there. I would say, at the end of the day, having an agent that's actually involved in the market is important. Also, really searching the information out from really real-time information.
Yes.
Portals are great.
Yes.
We can set them up quickly.
Yep.
Things to avoid are the sites that actually sell the leads, because they don't always update, because if they update too fast, they can't sell a lead. And so people that are really looking to make quick transactions can't always do that because the property is already gone.
Right. Yes. So definitely, if you're in the market to buy or sell a home in this upcoming spring market, reach out to us. We would love to be the ones that we're happy to interview. We're happy to spend an hour on the phone if you want, just to kind of get to know us a little bit better. But we would like to be one of the people considered.
Absolutely. So let's jump into the first house that we're going to take a look at, and that is 1519 Toronto Street. An amazing home. This is a great area, up and coming in Dallas. If you're one of those adventurous buyers and are looking for something for the long stretch, this is a really great opportunity.
It really is. And, it is in a West Dallas neighborhood, which is fastly, how do I say that? Quickly, fast becoming one of those really great neighborhoods that's got accessibility to restaurants, and you've got all that first floor retail in many of the apartment buildings that are new construction. You've got the Trinity Groves. You have access into downtown. You have the, if you're into recreation, that whole Trinity River Trail is just amazing.
And so this is the exterior of the home. And as you can see, what we're seeing a little more of a lean towards is a softer contemporary. So what we're getting is more structure that is evolved around the outside. And as you come inside, wonderful high ceilings, light and bright, and a really big open floor plan on this one.
And the flooring in this is done very well. Hardwood flooring throughout the entire first floor. I think we may see some in the carpet in the bedrooms as we get upstairs, but really done very well from the front door all the way back. It's got the wrought iron railing for the staircase, which I think really gives it that more, kind of modern feel that people are looking for now.
And one of the things that we noticed that they've done is they've actually gone back with the black windows, and that really is a stronger design trend that we're seeing a lot more people focus on. And the way that it allows the light to come in, you can see the windows from the second floor pitching down and creating those light patterns, and the way that it opens from this living room to a dining room and into a kitchen, not so stuffy. It has just that really great easy feel to it. Again, we're going to see here where they've taken and stretched the cabinets up to the ceiling. So you have 42-inch cabinets. And then above that, you have another row of cabinets that have glass fronts and lighting. So they're really beginning to see the whole picture and what buyers really want today.
Yep. White quartz countertops, the subway tile backsplash, stainless steel appliance package. It really has everything that you would expect. And it's such a great value.
Even at different price points, this is what everybody is looking for. Now, they've made really great use of a downstairs bathroom that is actually under the stairs as well, which, again, one of those things that just kind of helps make it so much easier so people don't have to go into the bedroom quarters. Sometimes they forget about it. Luckily, they didn't here. So just clean and simple. Now, Also downstairs is this really large master bedroom. And you can see here they've gone ahead and given it the accent wall with the deeper shades. And it just has high ceilings, but not so high that you echo in chamber, but a good space.
And double vanity with the quartz countertops in the master bath. Walk-in shower there, which is fast becoming the only thing that ends up in the master bathroom, unless you jump up into that $1 million+ market.
Absolutely. And you can see here how they've taken and really gone the distance, and the stain on the handrail there also echoes what's been placed on the floor. And again, rise overrun to paint versus stain. And then as we look here, you can see that there's a little bit of a catwalk, and this is where this begins to split. So we're looking at the utility room, and this is the second living room off the upstairs.
Yeah, and this would make like a great game room, a great office space. It's actually big enough to do like a double office in there.
Yeah.
So if you have two people that work from home and can use that kind of shared space, it would work out great.
So we've got all 3 bedrooms upstairs, and all 3 bedrooms are block and wired for ceiling fans. Again, we've got the black windows that we like. Carpet, as you can see, but not builder grade, just cheap carpet. These actually, it's hard to tell here, but they have a relief left in them. So again, we're seeing stuff or an element that has more of a design element to it.
And such great light. They really focused on creating big open spaces for these windows, and they're all double pane windows, very well insulated. It is really a move-in ready home.
Double vanity in the secondary bedroom as well, which is great. So easy when there's multiple people trying to get ready in the morning.
And here's your backyard space. They do have it already sodded. It is a kind of a smaller backyard directly out the back, but you've got this really great side yard down the side of it.
Absolutely. So if you're looking for a place that you don't have too much to do, but you can still get enough space for the 4-legged and the 2-legged little members that need it, this is a great space. One of the things that we're also going to show you is the garage. Garage really stood out to us because it's been textured and painted, but they've gone one step further and added the epoxy floors and insulated garage doors. Again, these are items that begin to create a whole house that is super move-in ready.
So 1519 Toronto Street, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, 2-car garage, brand new construction. It's a little over 2,200 square feet, and it's priced at $435, and that brings it in about $196 a square foot. And that's a really great value for that style of home.
I was really surprised. Actually, we want to say really quickly, thank you to Rob Elmore for letting us feature the home. But yesterday, Monday, when we were previewing this home, we actually took clients both to it to look at it and for us to preview it for the show, because we knew the value of this home and thought this is one of those ones we really have to get ahead of.
Yeah.
So if you'd like more information about this home, in the comments below, you'll find a link. You can click on that link and get more information. If you'd like to see this home or something that's similar to it, please let us know, and we'll be happy to make that happen.
Absolutely. So
next? Let's
jump on over to the M Streets, East Dallas area. And this is 5545 Vickery Boulevard. And it is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath home, 2-car garage in a fantastic location.
It is. And so this neighborhood is easily accessible. Mockingbird 75. It's in Vickery. Getting around East Dallas, this is probably one of the easiest areas to get to.
Yeah.
And also to get to Knox Henderson. So if you need West Village, if you need to get onto the downtown area, this is such an easy commute, and that's why I feel like it's such a popular neighborhood.
Yeah, and it's not very far from really being able to jump onto that White Rock Trail that connects right there by Mockingbird Station.
It is. This is one of those neighborhoods that has a lot of heritage, a lot of classic design Americana. This is a California bungalow, and you can see how well they have done in just keeping the facade and updating.
Yeah, they when they did the expansion into the upstairs, they really maintained the charm, and they only added the one dormer. This is definitely a front porch neighborhood, and Americana, totally Americana.
It is a great job, and you can see here we've got enough room for 2 Adirondack chairs and a couch. Once you move inside, they've really done a really simple, clean job of creating both a formal area adjacent to the dining room, and they've gone ahead and created added plantation shutters as well.
And the beambox ceilings really maintain that style and vibe when you walk in the door. It's something that is distinctly into those 1920 and 1930 constructions.
And you can see here on the right hand side, there's the wainscoting in the dining room, and the way it has a little bit of an undulation in that wall is like quintessential California bungalow style. They've done a really good job of making this home work for today's homeowners. So the kitchen then transitions from the dining room And here you have it. This is a really good sized, clean, and I want to say efficient kitchen, because many a times we see kitchens and they don't flow well. But this is one of the ones where it's been thought out. How does it flow and how will a family use this? Wonderful kitchen with the, it's an Italian brand. Can't remember it off the top of my head there on the right hand side. Bright red to kind of bring it in. And as you can see directly ahead, there is a wine fridge just on the other side of that island. Above that is where they've got lighting and they've got the wine glasses and a really interesting slide out butcher board, which kind of really extends the usability of this kitchen.
Yeah, they really put a lot of thought into creating this kitchen and being able to use the space, because in a lot of times in older homes, you have a limitation on how you can reconfigure it, but they did a really great job. And then that opens back into what the owners call the cloud room.
It's amazing.
And it's a really, amazing is really the best word for it. It is such a great den, media room, hangout room. I just see, everybody piled up watching movies here.
Easy space. And one of the unique features of this is that this room actually backs up to the back of the house, and all that direct light is coming in off of the back porch. Now we're going to look at the 2 bedrooms that are downstairs. And what's really amazing is that you typically don't find 2 bedrooms downstairs in a home like this, but great sized. And they also have a really good bathroom. And they've taken, again, some nods to the past and brought in that ball and clawfoot tub with the little shower ring that goes around. Just great accents to this home.
And this is the master bedroom. It's not, I'm sorry,
this is the second
the
bedroom
other downstairs bedroom. I got thrown off because usually these downstairs bedrooms don't have enough room for a king bed in them.
I know.
And it's really a great space. So this is the master bedroom.
Yes, this is the master, and it is huge.
Huge. And as you can see, there's a big balcony that overlooks the backyard. They continued the wood floors up into this level. Great room to just have a lot of flexibility to be able to kind of position things the way you want.
And so this room actually, again, is off the back of the house. And so it's going to have access to the back upstairs balcony. And this right here just shows you the stairs, this was a little bit out of order, but this shows you how the stairwell separates the dining room and that formal room. This goes back into the master bathroom, and a master bathroom that is enormous. So this was really interesting. As we walked and toured this house and Lisa was showing it to us, that sink that you're seeing right there is well beyond shaving height. I want to say it's closer to 40 inches because the homeowner is a tall man.
And this is the really nice big walk-in shower that you have that opens up to the closet space beyond.
So closet space in this house, you're not going to be sad. It is well situated, lots of space, plenty of room for your shoes, get organized, and add that bench in there so it's easy. I love to have a place to sit so I can put my shoes on. So this is all very well thought out. One of the things we're going to show you here is this is that seating area that is really off of the master bedroom. And so it's a long, probably 8 by, 15 to 20 foot. So great space.
And this is the second living area upstairs that they use as a gym space, and it really works super well. There is a full bath right off of this space that just kind of, if that bath weren't there, the house wouldn't work, but it does.
And come springtime, summer, you're going to love this place. So this is the outdoor covered area, and behind that fence is where the mechanical equipment was for the pool. And as you can see here, it is a wonderful step down to this amazing pool.
And the living space out there. I don't know why I'm so tongue tied today.
So this is a look back at the house from the back of the property, and you can see here lots of decking that is great. Little space there for seating, well lit, board on board fence. And again, if you're in the back porch or in the master, you're going to have this house.
So 5545 Vickery Boulevard, 4 bedrooms, 3 full baths, 2-car garage built in 1912, little over 3,200 square feet, priced at $889, which brings it in at $272 a square foot.
Yeah.
And we wanted to say thank you to Lisa King and to Carla Anderson for letting us talk about their home today.
Amazing home in an amazing area. This is one of those houses that when you look at it in the pictures, you think, wow, it's an amazing house. The front door opens, you're like, wow, this is an amazing house.
I agree.
So if you want to see more information, again, we're always going to say this, but check out the comments below. You'll be able to click on that link and it'll take you right there. It seems like last week we almost reached 3,400 people with the show. So we just want to say thank you so much for everybody that is paying attention.
We appreciate it. And we will be right back after this. There are lots of ways to keep up with us. Visit and like our Facebook page to watch us live and get updates about future show topics. Also, visit our Instagram account where you can see the latest homes we have for sale. You can also check out our website at updikepugh.com where you can create customized searches of active and sold homes that you may find of interest. If you'd like to know how much your home is worth, visit homeprice.fyi and you can get a price instantly. Just enter your address and a couple of other pieces of information and we will email you a price. If you are on the go and podcasts are better for you, our second segments are available on iTunes and Spotify. Last of all, you can reach out to us by phone or text at 214-377-2223.
Of Sold with Updike Pugh. And what are we going to talk about, Jeff?
Today we are going to talk about getting your home ready for the spring market.
It is a very important thing, and I think that sometimes people don't realize that getting a home ready for the market needs a lead time. I sold my townhome, what was it, about March?
April? Yeah, April, I think.
But you know, there was a lot of stuff that was done ahead of time. Like, I guess I'll just jump into that. So I started with the front yard and really began focusing on how did it work from the curb appeal. And I went ahead and laid brand new sod, planted a Japanese maple and a hedge, just because I was trying to think about what a buyer sees when they walk up to it. Because so many times we've been in a house for so long, we've come in and out that front door, 1,000 times that we kind of get blinded. And so Jeff came over and it was good to have a second set of eyes kind of help me through that. And so that's one of the things that we really try to do with all of our clients.
Yeah, it is. And we can have a house on the market in about 10 days if we need to, but a lot of times
it's quick.
It is quick, but people, there's work that needs to be done. And, one of the conversations we have with a lot of people talks about the improvements that they should do to their condo or do to their home or townhouse, whatever they're selling. And what is the return on those going to be? Because, people that are not in the construction industry or not in the remodeling industry don't have access to necessarily all of those trades.
Right.
And in many times you do need to have a general contractor who kind of coordinates everything. And then that adds another layer of cost on whatever you're doing. So renovations to most people, you're not going to get a dollar for dollar return back on them.
And then sometimes it can be just as simple as us coming through the house and like working through what you currently have and how does that look to a buyer, and how do we allow a buyer to walk into a property and see themselves moving forward with that.
Yes.
And so there are things that we can do to help that get that started. But I think the other thing too is having the pedigree of the house ready.
Absolutely.
And I think that that's just important because one of the things that Jeff and I have noticed is that not only buyers are buyers, but buyers agents don't feel comfortable making offers until all the information is there. And so I think it's really critical when Jeff and I sit down to kind of go over what we think will help create that pedigree that we put online.
Yes. And one of the other things that is really important to focus on is light in homes and how to create or just use the light that you have access to.
It is an interesting thing, especially when a space is a little bit smaller. I've known that it was one of the first things I noticed when I was in real estate was that buyers, when they couldn't figure out why they didn't like something, it was typically because the house seemed dim. And so many times when Jeff and I sit down, we have the last thing that we talk about before a house goes live, we call it light, camera, action. And it's the time when we really go over the last set of reminders on how are we going to hit all the senses? How are we going to create a sticky time and have our buyers really stay longer?
Right. And, part of that is just like you were talking about a while ago, where sometimes we get used to people they live in a house and they walk through it and they see things, or they don't see things that we know everybody else is going to see. And so as part of that getting ready process, think about as if you didn't live there, go out to the street, think about as if you're pulling up. How do you see the house from that perspective? Are there, weak spots? Is there some wood that needs to be replaced? Is some painting touch up that needs to be done? And many times those types of renovations need to be done because you might not get the dollar for dollar return on those, but what they do allow happen is that the buyer doesn't necessarily start discounting your home right away.
Correct.
And taking money away from what their perceived value of it is because of those things they see.
And the best thing that can happen is multiple offers. There's nothing better than multiple offers. It really does. I would say it's a strong set for or a position for the seller to be in. So it really helps. And a lot of the planning prior to market is in efforts to achieve those multiple offers.
True.
Well, so, what do you guys got?
Can I go on?
You can do it. Absolutely. What else you got?
Well, one of the things that, I think we've seen make a really big difference with a lot of people is just cleaning windows. I mean, have a professional window cleaner come in and do it front to back. We did it at my house one year before one of our holiday parties or client appreciation parties. And it was amazing to me what a difference that made in just how I perceive my own house, day to day.
It is the most interesting thing. So right before I sold the townhome, I had the windows cleaned, and it was new construction. And so I was like,
newer, 2 years old.
2 years old. I was like, can't make that big of a difference. Night and day. It is amazing. So yes, Jeff is absolutely right. If there is a huge takeaway, it is window cleaners.
Yes. And the last thing I'd like to add is just like from the cosmetic redo or refreshing, there are times when you need to do those things. But again, those are many times they're things you're not going to get the dollar for dollar return back on.
Right.
So, think about those things. And also a friend of mine and I were talking yesterday about building new construction. And one of the things that he remembered was that you really have to build it for who the buyer is. You're not building it based necessarily on your own taste or you really have to know what's going on in the marketplace, and that's another place that we get to come in and help.
I think that you're absolutely right, and I'm going to add one more thing as well. I think that many times sellers want to do X, Y, and Z to a home, but that the market doesn't reflect the increase that they've done to it. And so someone thinks that they need to remodel bathrooms, or they think that they need to upgrade the kitchen in a certain format. But when comps are pulled, because that's what we're going to do, that we're going to look at it as an appraiser would. And so if it's stretched above and beyond, thinking that you're going to be able to be the one to break the trend and increase it, it's not always as easy as that. So that's one of those things that we'd like to be really specific with before anything is spent.
I agree. So if you have any specific questions about things to do to get your house ready for the market, please reach out to us. As I said earlier, we would love to interview the job to sell your house for you. It is something we do every day, and I think we do really well.
And just remember, we want to be your realtors for life.